Hey everyone, I'm coming to you from just outside of Cumberland, Maryland. We're actually at the site of a picket post. This was known as picket post number 1. And the reason I'm here is I want to talk about the action that happens in Cumberland on February 21st of 1865. On that date, Confederate Lieutenant Jesse McNeil and his partisan Rangers are going to approach Cumberland from the west. Now, most of these raids with partisan Rangers in this area had to do with destruction of the B&O Railroad, destroying bridges, things like that. But Jesse McNeil has another target. His target is not just to disrupt anything on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. His target is two generals, General Benjamin F. Kelly and General George Crook. Now, Jesse had taken command of the partisan Rangers, McNeil's Rangers, after his father, John McNeil, was mortally wounded. Now, Jesse is holding a grudge against the Union troops, specifically Benjamin Kelly. That's why he wants to capture him. Kelly's relentless campaign against McNeil is, in Jesse's eyes, what causes his father to be killed, and so he's got a score to settle. At about 2:30 in the morning, McNeil and his men are going to encounter the Union picket here, right along the road, and I'll show you right here in this pass. They're going to encounter the Union picket here, and that picket's going to demand to know their identity. Well, McNeil on the spot is going to say, "We're friends from New Creek." The Union picket here will holler out for the countersign, which is something they would use. For instance, they'd have a code word that was supposed to be known. Rather than doing that, McNeil decided just to charge. He's going to shoot at one of the pickets, but he's going to miss them. They will, however, immediately surrender. About 100 yards the other way, they're going to catch a couple more comrades of these Union pickets. And they're going to, these guys are from Company B of the 3rd Ohio Cavalry. So once they capture them, they're going to interrogate them a little bit. They're going to try to figure out what the countersign is to get into Cumberland. These guys speak broken English. They're mostly of German descent, and they would not give up the countersign. They refused until finally the Rangers say, "Look, we're going to hang you and kill you if you do not give us the countersign." Well, because their English was broken and everything, when they gave the countersign, it sounded as if it said Bull's Cap. The countersign was Bull's Gap. So McNeil now has the countersign information. He's going to proceed into Cumberland. When he does, he's going to use the countersign, overwhelm the picket posts that are there, and he's going to kidnap General George Crook and General Benjamin Kelly. He will capture them at the Barnum Hotel and the Revere House. This raid is going to stun federal officials, and they're going to quickly arrange a prisoner exchange for these two generals, because even though the war at this point, 1865, is going very well for the Union Army, they're pushing and pushing and pushing and taking more of the South as they go. This is done right in their backyard, much like when Mosby took General Staunton in Fairfax a couple years earlier, took him right out of bed. McNeil's going to come here and take two generals and take them prisoner. So the Confederates at this point in the war have still not given up. They're not backing down. They're still making raids into Northern Territory, and this one happens to result in the capture of two Union generals. So if you get a chance to come out here, there's a lot to see. You've got, from Moorefield all the way up in West Virginia, all the way up into Maryland, a lot of cool stuff to see. So definitely come out and see some history.